So Alhamdulillah, continuing from where we left off last time, we were looking at we actually passed lesson 30 and went into lesson 31. And we were talking about the al-muthanna in twos, talking about dual as occurs in this lesson over here. أين الطالبان الجديدان أين الطالبان الجديدان and then you have the dhamir huma and then this fi'l madi dhahaba and then with the lam of ta'leel the verb which was originally ya'khudhani it remained without or it became liya'khudha. So who can tell me why this word here is liya'khudha? Do you have the microphones? Who can tell me why it says liya'khudha? Dual, okay. Atif says dual. I need a more detailed answer. Anybody? نعم. What should it be? نعم. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. حياك الله. What should it be? Originally, this word is ya'khudhani. Ya'khudhani. So why is it now liya'khudha? Anyone can offer an explanation? Fadl Muhammad.
حذف النون.
بارك الله فيك أحسن الله عليك. That's the reason. حذف النون. That's what it is. So this is أيوة. Atif says due to harful jar. It's almost correct because the Atif al-af'al, the verbs, they don't accept harful jar. Yeah, the lam. It's definitely the lam, but not harful jar. We call it lam at-ta'leel. Exactly. The sister said lam al-sabab. Lam al-ta'leel is the correct one. Wallahu a'lam. And lam هذا is what comes after it is mansoob. What comes after it is mansoob. And this lam, if somebody could put the microphone on mute, please. So that your sound doesn't come through. Jazakallah khairan. This lam, it enters upon fi'l mudari'. It enters upon fi'l mudari'. And it turns a fi'l mudari' from being in its original state. What is the original state of fi'l mudari', please? What is the original state of fi'l mudari'?
حرف المضارعة.
The original i'rab. Is it going to be? Is it?
No. رفع.
مرفوع. أيوة أحسنتم.
مرفوع.
بارك الله فيك. And also the sister, she said it. مرفوع. So originally it's marfu'. The lam comes and changes the state from marfu' to mother, to mansoob. And usually mansoob is with fatha at the end of the word. But if it is from al-af'al al-khamsa, af'al al-khamsa, it is marfu' with the noon. Okay, so for example, look at the 5 words. تفعلون يفعلون تفعلون يفعلون. And then what else? تفعلان يفعلان. And one more, because al-af'al al-khamsa means 5 verbs. They all have the same similar pattern. تفعلان يفعلان.
تفعلين.
أحسنت. تفعلين. أهلا وسهلا أبو ميمون. مرحبا بك. حياك الله. I'm glad you made it. تفعلين. أنت.
مرحبا بك.
أنت تفعلين. It's good to see the dedication, mashallah, Mubarak. Abu Maymoon, Allah bless you, keep you steadfast, keep you firm, make it easy for you even during work. His breaks, he's joining the classes, and he's been with us from day one, mashallah, from the very first class, if I'm not mistaken. Abu Maymoon started with us, Allah Mubarak fi. May Allah keep us firm and keep you firm, and all of us. So, and taf'alina. All of these 5, they are marfu'. They are marfu'. And the alamatul rafa' is the noon, thubut noon, the presence of the noon. This is the alamatul rafa'. And alamatul nasb in the case of al-af'al al-khamsa is hadfun noon. Whether that's going to be with li, litaf'alu, or lan يفعلوا, or لا ناهية لا تفعلا. Okay, and or أن يريدون أن يفعلا. All of these are different ways of making the فعل منصوب, and it also could be مجزوم. لم تفعلي, لم تفعلي. Okay, well, in this last case over here, this fi'l is not mansoob. What is it? What is it, please? Naam? It's majzoom. Majzoom. Okay? Any fi'l can either be marfu', mansoob, or majzoom. Other than that, it can be mabni, fixed. Okay. Alhamdulillah, qadrullah wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khairan. So, did anyone find any ayat in the Quran? Since the last lesson we were looking at, last time we met 2 weeks ago, we were looking at Dars al-Hadi wa Thalathun, and we started talking about al-Muthanna. And did you find any examples of al-Muthanna in the Quran, since that's the purpose of these classes, and that is to find examples from the lessons in the Quran. So, any examples? فعل أمر, فعل ماضي, فعل مضارع. So, for example, you have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanding Musa alayhi salam and his brother to go, Harun alayhi salam, to go to Fir'aun to invite him. What was that? اذهبا إلى فرعون إنه طغى اذهبا. So ذهب يذهب اذهب. ذهب يذهب اذهب. That's the singular. In this lesson here, Afwan, where is it? It says متى ذهبا ذهبا ليأخذا الكتب المكررة متى ذهبا. So ذهبا is فعل ماضي. يذهبان is a فعل مضارع. Okay. يذهبان. And as you know, the فعل أمر, you get it, it stems from يذهبان. It stems from the فعل مضارع. So here's a فعل مضارع in front of you, يذهبان. What do you have to do? Remove the حرف المضارعة, and you have ذهبان left. Make it مجزوم by removing the noon. You have ذهبا ذهبا, and you can't read that because the first letter has a sukoon on it. So you have to add this hamzatul wasl in order to give it ability to be pronounced. You say اذهبا اذهبا إلى فرعون إنه طغى. اذهبا فعل أمر. Any more examples from the Quran, please? نعم. What else do we have? Other examples? Of al-muthanna. نعم. With regards to the participant, Markaz Bayda, if you can put your name, actual name, bi'idhnillah, that'll be better, inshallah, for us to make sure that is not a sister or someone that's happened to log in with that account. If you don't mind, Jazakumullah khairan, put your proper name, and then we will give the microphone to the brothers as we have been doing. Allah yazikum khairan. Naam. So that's fine. Okay, that's fine. It's better not in that case. Even more important, not to use the name of the markaz. Please just put your name there instead of just change name. There you can right click or something like that and then change the name. That was my concern. Yeah. Can we have any examples, please? Has anyone been doing homework while we've been away for 2 weeks? Or okay. No, the class is not only for brothers. My sister, you're welcome to attend, but we do give the microphone for live participation to the brothers, and we restricted to that. No. And the sisters are usually the typing their answers. I hope that's okay with you. Okay. So one of the things also being taught in this lesson, being focused on, is the na'at and the man'ut. This is something that we learned in Madeenah book 1 very early on, and it's coming over here showing some more detail that the na'at is going to follow the man'ut in a number of things. When the word that is being described, if it has alif or lam, then the na'at also has alif or lam. When the na'at, sorry, the man'ut, the word that's being described, if it's marfu', as in the case of at-talibani, marfu' bil alif, then the na'at is also going to follow the i'rab and also be marfu'. جيد. If the man'ut, the word that's being described, is mudhakkar, no ta marbuta, at-talibani, then also the man'ut, the na'at is also going to be mudhakkar, al-jadidani. جيد. Look at some examples over here. So these are the These are the things that need to be looked at, 4 things to be looked at when you are describing a word. The na'at follows the man'ut in its i'rab. Mansoob with mansoob, majroor with majroor. It also follows, the na'at also follows the man'ut if whether it's mudhakkar or mu'annath. Ibnun kabirun, bintun saghiratun. We need some ayat in the Quran that show this. Okay? So, Naam, somebody's microphone is on. You're going to give a contribution? I can't see a microphone that's on. Okay, there it is. طيب. Let's have a look at a page from the Quran. And see if you can find any examples from there. Okay. We open the Quran on the share. Let's go to, let's say, in Surah Al-Fajr. See if we can find something in Surah Al-Fajr. It's a nice long surah. Share the screen. Can you see any examples over here? Just open any surah. Since Ad-Dars al-Hadi wal-Ashrun, from the points that were being taught in that lesson were an-Na'at wal-Man'ut, and that Na'at follows the Man'ut in a number of ways, whether it's relating to Alif or Lam, Ma'rifa or Nakira, whether it's relating to Mudhakkar and Mu'annath in terms of plural and singular, Jam' wal-Ifrad or Tathniyah for 2, and also the last one, Mudhakkar Mu'annath. What was the last one we mentioned? What were we going to say? The I'rab and Alif Lam, the Tadhkir and the Ta'rif and Ta'ni, Tankir, Ma'rifa and Nakira. That's 2. Jam'. muthanna or mufrad,
Ustad,
and whether it is, what's the fourth one? I'rab. Naam, go ahead, Akhi.
is that فيهما عينان تجريان, is that نعتان منوط?
فيهما عينان. Surah Al-Rahman, is it?
نعم نعم تجريان. It won't come as a nat, right? Actually, it's
Have a look.
khabar.
We will go, inshallah, to Surah Al-Rahman. Have a look. نعم. So this is not exactly the example of Na'at and Man'ud, but yes, you have the example over here of Muthanna. Like here, for example,
ذوات أفنان. نعم.
Dawata Afnan. Dawata, this is Mudaf and Mudafun ilayh. That's not our example exactly. Can you find any examples over here of Na'at and Man'ut? No. Here. This is an example. Can you see this? Ayah 66. فيهما عينان فيهما عينان نضاختان فيهما عينان نضاختان. جيد. Let's look at the translation of this ayah, ayah 66. It says, Mohsin Khans, in them will be two springs gushing forth. Naddakhatani means gushing forth. Jayid. So, ayn, now you know the word aynun, which means a spring of water. One of the meanings of ayn is spring of water. What can you tell me that you know about this word ayn? Something that you know about this word that maybe you didn't know before. Is this word mudhakkar or is it mu'annath? Naam. Nobody knows? It's mu'annath. The sister said it's mu'annath. How do we know it's mu'annath? How did we learn it's mu'annath? Go ahead, Akhi Muhammad. Your hand is up. I'm not sure why it's up and since when it's been up. You don't need to put your hand up. You just take the microphone and start talking, inshallah. So, how do we know that ayn, which means a spring of water, is mu'annath in the Arabic language? We know that ayn in the body parts. We learned in Madeenah book 1 that body parts, when they're in twos, and this is mu'annath. هذه أذن, هذه عين, هذه رجل. That's fine. But how about ayn, which means spring of water? We say هذه عين. How do we know that this is mu'annath? From this ayah. From this ayah. Can nobody tell me that? I'm surprised. No, Thubut an-Nun is not the answer. Thubut an-Nun has
Ustad.
only got to do with the af'al. Go ahead, Saqib.
By Zamir, Huma.
But
فيما.
huma doesn't make any difference to.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hold on, and also, damir is not going to be speaking about the thing that comes after it. Damir is talking about what comes before it. Sahih?
صحيح.
So it's not about that. Yes, the sister over here in the chat, she said it correctly because there is ta marbuta on the word naddakhatani. The na'at is feminine. So now you know that the man'ut is also feminine. Come on. Come on, guys. Bismillah, we need to get better. We can't just come here like tourists visiting, just passing through. You have to come with your notepad, with your pencil, and you have to read in your notes. This is not just sightseeing. Let me see what's going on. Let me visit and look at my surroundings and see other people participating. You have to make a concerted effort to learn the material, write things down, take it away, read over it. We didn't reach the end of Madeenah book 2 without any effort. People made effort, but it took a long time to get here. And that's the reason why you have to keep on revising so that you can remember everything that you learned before. It's not the case that I studied it and khalas, I don't need to go back to it again. You have to keep on going back. And you have to use your knowledge of these rules to be able to extract. In this very same lesson today, we said that the na'at is going to follow the man'ut. And in ayah number 66, I'm asking you, what is it that tells us that aynani, that the word ayn is mu'annath? It's because the man'ut, the na'at, which is describing aynani, has a ta marbuta. Can you see the ta marbuta? I've highlighted it. جيد. Another example of na'at al-man'ut, حور مقصورات. حور مقصورات. That's another example. Any other examples that you can see on this page? Okay, we can switch over to another surah, see if we can notice. Let's go to Surah Al-Waqi'ah, see if anything comes in this surah that we can notice. Na'at and man'ut is what we are looking for. So this is what I want you guys to do in your free time after the lesson finishes. You know that the next lesson, Dars al-Hadi wa Thalathun, when we studied it, we studied 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things. Then you go to the Quran, open the Quran in any place and look for the implementation of those rules. Here. وكانوا يصرون على الحنث العظيم. وكانوا يصرون على الحنث العظيم. الحنث العظيم. The na'at al-azim is following the man'ut in 4 things. This is ma'rifah, so the na'at is ma'rifah. This is mudhakkar, so the na'at is mudhakkar. This is mufrad, so the na'at is mufrad. This is majroor because of harful jar that came before it, so the na'at is also majroor. Ayah number 46. Let's look at the meaning. Where is it? Is it 46? Yes. And were persisting in great sin. Al-Hinth. This is their breaking their promises. Hinth over here refers to sin. Al-Azim is describing it. Jayyid. How about this one? Can someone tell me what's happening in this ayah, please? Can someone read this ayah and explain to me the rules that we're trying to search for of Na'at and Man'ut? نعم. تفضل أبو ميمون وعاطف وثاقب ومحمد شهان. Read this ayah, please.
وفاكهة كثيرة.
بارك الله فيك. What can you see?
Yeah, I can see that there is Na'at following.
MashaAllah, may Allah bless your children. Mubarak. It's very nice to hear children, their voices and sounds. Alhamdulillah, the Ummah is increasing. Allah bless them and protect them and keep them safe and allow them to be healthy and upon Iman. Aywa, what you were saying, I think?
وفاكهة كثيرة. So, lot of fruits, right?
Lot of fruits, okay. Let's talk about the Arab. Talk about the
Arab.
rules.
Tanween is followed actually for Na'at. وفاكهة كثيرة.
Yeah, this is the Na'at always comes after, yeah?
Yes, نعم.
Okay, so tell me what can you see?
كثيرة is Na'at.
Yes.
And
How is it behaving towards the Man'ut? It's copying the Man'ut, and how is it copying the Man'ut? Can you explain?
it follows the Tanween.
Yes. Tanween. The Man'ut has Tanween because there's no Alif Lam. So the Na'at also has Tanween. No Alif Lam. Keep going. That's one. So it's Nakira.
And in the end,
Naam, take your time.
Maksur, Kasra.
Aywa is Majroor. It's Majroor. It has, so the first thing is that it has two kasras. It's Nakira because no Alif Lam. And also it has kasra. So this also will have kasra. So it's Majroor with Majroor. Ahsant, barakallah fi. Keep going. That's two. What else can you notice? Naam, Akhi Muhammad, anything else?
And I don't remember.
That's good. No problem. You gave two. Let's go for Saqib.
Both are muannas.
Barakallah fiqh. Ta marbuta shows that's mu'annath. Going with ta marbuta. And the last one?
And both are plural.
Aywa, ahsant. So this is the thing. Fakiha is it singular or is it plural? The original word fakihatun and the plural is fawakihu. Fawakihu. Okay, So it's in the singular form, but the meaning over here is that many different types of fruits. So it's in the singular form, so is the na'at. And the sister says both of them are majroor, and that was also mentioned. How about before it? وَمَاءٍ مَسْكُوبٍ. What can you see? Exactly the same. وَظِلٍّ مَمْدُودٍ. What can you see? Same thing. No alif or lam, no alif or lam. Is nakira. It's singular, dhil. This is also singular. Mufrad with mufrad. This is majroor, this is also majroor. This is mudhakkar, this is also mudhakkar. These are the four things that were mentioned. All of these examples you have of na'at al-man'ut. في سدر مخضود وطلح منضود وظل ممدود وماء مسكوب وفاكهة كثيرة. All of these are examples of na'at and man'ut. Barakallahu fikum. Let's go back to the other page where we were. We saw a number of examples now from the Quran relating to these rules. Jayid. And بإذن الله تعالى, oh, this is the end of الدرس الحادي والثلاثون. So next lesson, بإذن الله, we can, I think, go over 30 and 31, get examples of الدرس الثلاثون والدرس الحادي والثلاثون. Okay, examples with afwan, with lan and lam, examples where the fi'l is becoming mansoob and where the fi'l is becoming majzoom from the al-af'al al-khamsa. Okay, so we find those in the Quran inshallah next lesson, and also more examples from Dars al-Hadi wa Thalathun. I need to have more interaction from the attendees. Jazakumullahu khairan. I need you to look at these lessons in our absence and go into the Quran and read and find and match and compare. When you come next lesson, at the beginning, immediately when the teacher says, do you have any examples of in the Quran from these lessons? Immediately your example should be coming to the screen. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. We'll stop there, inshallah, and continue at this point. Next lesson, inshallah, it seems that we've come to the end of the book, but just one more closing lesson, I think, with the ayat in the Quran. And now, to round it off before we make a schedule for Madeenah Book 3, بإذنه تعالى والله أعلم وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. With regards to the question the sister just asked about the classes are every Wednesday, currently 8 p.m. KSA time, Saudi Arabia time, 8 p.m. Saudi Arabia time, and it will be the same time next week as well, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.